Welcome back to the Cardinal Report. Joining us now is women's soccer head coach Bonnie Young. Bonnie, thanks for joining us.
You're welcome.
Coming off your first year at North Central for the women's head coaching job, 6 wins, 9 losses, 3 ties, but you had 2 conference wins, and you guys made it to the conference tournament for the first time in the school's history. So first-year coach, what was that like, taking over a team that had some returning players?
It was great. I mean, it was a little bit about changing their mentality and getting them sort of just mentally headed in the right direction. The soccer part was I think, the easy part. And I think that was some of our beginning season, early season losses and things that we had were really just getting everybody on the same page, like I said, mentally. But it was a great group to work with.
Yeah, a little slow off the gates here, but as the season went along, you picked up steam. You played a couple of really close games against Augustana, both losses, but still against the regular season champ like Augustana, you played them pretty tough.
I think that with any conference, actually, I think you can always play your conference opponents tough because it is a rivalry, always, and everybody's pretty much working with the same type of stuff in conference with getting recruits and whatnot. And because of the motivation that's out there and because you see them every year, you know, unless something's totally different, there's no reason that you can't battle everybody pretty closely.
What was some of the player feedback that you got from the players during the year because it was your first year with the team?
I don't know. No, it was good. I like to get feedback from them just for soccer stuff, for off the field stuff. For me, it was helpful just figuring things out sometimes of like what is supposed to be happening during this time of the season and what do we do normally on road trips. And not that I haven't done this job before in the past, but just as far as I didn't want massive changes in their routine, in their whatever. The idea wasn't to come and uproot everything and change all of it. You know, it was just to kind of keep things consistent off the field as much as possible, actually, and then on the field make a few changes there. But so their feedback was greatly helpful in making sure that we kind of kept things consistent enough, so it wasn't a huge change.
You personally, you come from sort of a bigger school background. You played soccer at Penn State, you had all Big Ten accolades there, and then you coached Division I at Monmouth University. What was it like switching over to a D3 school, smaller atmosphere, maybe more personal connections with the players?
It's great, actually. Monmouth is it's only 4,000, I think. It's a small school, and I actually liked that. I think that my experience there greatly prepared me for coming to a smaller institution, and it's, I think, what I prefer. You have players here that want to actually be here. They're not getting, you know, paid. They're not getting an athletic scholarship to, you know, from the highest bidder, basically. And for me, the atmosphere is great because it's like, yep, I'm choosing to go to North Central and I want to play soccer. And so you get to work with players that want to be where they are and should be pretty happy at school regardless of what's going on, you know, and if soccer can be a part of that, that's great. You know, and I do like to have that personal sort of relationship with the players, just seeing them on campus, because, you know, there's not too far you can go, and if you're around, you'll run into people, and I think it's a good thing with the way that the spring season goes, to be around and to be able to see these guys on campus will be a helpful thing.
And some of the leadership on this team, not really senior leadership, you have a couple seniors, but mostly we have a couple of junior leaders with Mackenzie Wenger and Hope Stayer. Talk about those 2 players and what they brought to 2 different parts of the game.
Yeah, Hope as more of an attacking role and Mackenzie as a defender. Different personalities, and I think that actually made it work. You know, and I think that you always kind of need leaders. It's very rare to find a leader that's going to be able to lead everybody. So I think that Hope leads a certain group of players and Mackenzie leads a certain group of players, and they both command respect for different reasons. Some of the same reasons, but they both command respect for different reasons. And between the 2 of them, you know, we always have a captain on the field either way, and we're going to have leadership sort of talking from both ends, hopefully, you know, communicating to both sides and different ways, and you know, you need to say things differently for different people. So I think those 2 help with that greatly.
And looking to next year quickly, some of the disparity in scoring. I mean, Hope scored 14 of the team's 25 goals. You might want to spread the wealth a little bit on offense next year, I'm assuming. And defense, 1.83 goals allowed, which led the CCIW. What are you going to do to try to attack those two problems next year?
Yell at Mackenzie and Hope a lot. No, I think that we do need a huge addition in the attack. I mean, somebody else needs to score. More people need to score. And I think that it wasn't just the goals, but the assists. A lot of those goals were unassisted, and we need more assists to happen as well. So it's going to be just, you know, some of the incoming freshmen, I think, will help us in a big way. And I think, you know, defensively, it's going to be a lot of the communication. It's going to be a lot of our center back should be used to each other by now. Hannah was kind of thrown back there from an attacking role in the beginning, and you know she has the hang of it. She started at conference play as a midfielder and got thrown in the back in the middle of a game. So it was like, you've got 8 games to figure this out. And so I think that she'll have a whole year under her belt and help us tremendously as well. So we've kind of, I think, addressed those problems, and I think going into next year, everyone will be excited, and it will be a good year.
Awesome. Well, congrats on the year, and good luck next year as well, Coach Young.
Yep, thank you very much.
When we return, we'll speak with a couple of players that led the way for the soccer program. Next on the Cardinal Report.
Today is Saturday.
60 minutes of physical activity a day and eating well can help get your child healthy. Get ideas, get involved, get going at letsmove.gov. That's letsmove.gov.
Back here on the Cardinal Report, joining us now are women's soccer juniors Hope Stayer and Mackenzie Wenger. Guys, thanks for joining us.
Hi.
So you guys come back from a season that you were winless last year in conference play. Here you get a couple wins and you beat Elmhurst for the first time this year. So a year of firsts. What was that like for you?
It was awesome. Like, you could feel the energy with everyone. The second we scored, it was like, woo, we're actually going to win something, you know, bringing the confidence, getting a few wins now. We're going to go into next season and just bring the heat, so.
And you're more of a goal scorer, and Mackenzie, you're more of a defensive specialist. Talk about what the defense did this year to kind of help the team out.
Oh, goodness. Well, if you like look at the records, obviously we let in more goals than we wanted to this year. But a big thing this year that was different than last year, I'd say, is that we worked a lot harder on trying to start our offense in the back and try and set up our forwards and, you know, find our midfielders instead of just, you know, playing the ball up and hoping that Hope could chase it down. We definitely worked on starting things from the back, and I think it made a difference once we started clicking in conference, and there was a lot more build-up, possessing the ball, and we had a lot of changes in the back. So once we finally got into our rhythm, it was great. It just took a little while.
Like you said, you know, the defense is doing pretty well, but 6 shutouts this year, not too bad at all. That ties for 4th in the conference. But you guys did, like you said, let in a bit you had a bit of a goal problem, letting in some goals. So as a junior, what are you going to do next year, or try to do next year to help curb that problem?
Well, some of those mistakes, obviously, inexperience, and early on, we were just like experimenting with a lot of different formations, different people. So communication is obviously something we're always going to be working on. I definitely say that's like a huge piece of some of those goal scoring problems, and also just trusting each other. And now, like, we've played so many games with those 4 girls in the back, and we're going to obviously have to replace one of our seniors who is playing back there. But just trusting each other and communicating with each other, and it's going to be a big difference, I think, next year.
Speaking of losing seniors, you guys lost a couple of seniors this season as well, before this season, with Dominique Collins and Amy Frazzini. So what did you guys do to help kind of replace those efforts from those 2 seniors?
Well, we knew we had, Hallie, but she's gone now. Her and Jack were coming up, and Jackie has skills, so we weren't too worried. Like, Amy was a great player back there, but we still had our strong defense coming in. Kenzie and Katie were back there, and they're a really good duo. So they're core people, and then you add in some freshmen, and it just seemed to work out pretty well.
You led the team in points with 29, 14 goals as well. That led the team, and you're second on a couple of career lists for the North Central career history list. Second in career goals and career points. Of course, second to Christine Guido. So, what worked for you this year that had so much success for you?
This year, I think playing well as a team and like having confidence all together, it makes my job easier too. When you have people that can find your feet or know how you want it played. Like I had probably, I think 3 goals that were off of crosses or like free kicks, and they're just perfectly placed over, and all I had to do was run behind. Like it happened the same way every time. So consistency, and then all I had to do was finish.
You also had your first trip to the conference tournament as well. You lost that opening game to Augustana, but still a year of first for you in that regard as well. He was also first-year coach Bonnie Young. Tell me how she kind of fit into the mold here for the Cardinals.
Well, we love Bonnie. Bonnie's awesome. She is so knowledgeable about the game. She's just really fun person to be around, but she also knows how to get the job done. She knows how to get whatever she wants out of her players, So if she needs us to run harder, run faster, you know, improve our touch, like she knows how to motivate us. And so I think it's a great fit. And coming off of a rough year, we needed someone that was going to instill confidence in the team, and she definitely did that. But she also just taught us so much. I feel like I don't think I've learned so much as a player in such a long time. It's amazing that when you've been playing for 14, 15 years, you can still learn this much. So I cannot praise her enough. Like, we really love Bonnie. We hope she, you know, sticks around. It was a very great year for that, I guess, in that sense.
Hopefully you guys have a great year next year. Thanks for joining us.
Thanks.
For more information on North Central Cardinals athletics, visit their website, northcentralcardinals.com. Until next time, I'm Justin Zipser. Thanks for joining us on the Cardinal Report.